top story for many of you commuting over the bridges to and from West Quincy. You might be wondering if anything will be done about that big pile of rocks.
Work on the Hannibal Regional Port Authority project is set to resume now. Officials hope it will boost the local economy by giving businesses access to multiple modes of transportation. WGEM's Claire Edlin spoke with officials today about the latest progress. Claire?
Daniel and Raja, officials tell me that approximately $1 million is coming to construct a new road. Workers will start in about a month from now. Right now, you have to turn left and go around to get to the site. The new road will continue straight into the site and connect with the other road. It will create more accessibility that way. Economic leaders say while it won't be enough money to complete the road, it will get them pretty close.
We've chosen to work on the road first because, you know, it is currently an agricultural farm field, which is great, but putting the road in will give potential tenants the ability to access the site and then decide where they would choose to, you know, rent space or whatever else.
Kuhn says when they start leasing the land to interested tenants, it will speed up the process, making that money back so they can continue to invest in the port. Kuhn says they also hope to invest in utilities in the near future, like water and gas. The road construction won't lead to any road closures or impact anyone's commute to and from West Quincy, so you won't have to worry about that. Daniel?
All right, thank you very much, Claire. Kuhn says they got the money through MoDOT, the state's Department of Economic Development, and local business.